What's going on, guys? It's Coach Mac here, back again, not only helping you with basketball, but helping you with life. So today's video is for my people who have been putting in the work, but you're not seeing the results. Like, you're doing everything it is that you know to do, that your parents, your coaches, your trainer has told you to do. You're putting in the extra work, you're stretching, you're weightlifting, you're doing your plyometrics, you're doing everything possible it is that you know to do, but you're not seeing the results. So I want to share a quick story with you of mine that will hopefully help you. So earlier this year, I tore my ACL and meniscus, which is part of the reasons why I have not been making basketball videos, which means that I've been doing physical therapy. So every time I would go to physical therapy, I would improve on my bending my leg. I would go one day and I would get like 85. Then the next day I would get like 88, and then the next day 90. And every time I was going, I was continuously improving until one day to where I was just stagnant. Like, I hit a wall of 120 basically by myself. I was getting to 120, but nothing more. And I was going to the gym. I was doing 2 a days. I was doing my exercises twice a day. I was doing everything that I knew to do. And for like 3 weeks, I wasn't getting nothing more. And it was a struggle to get to that 120 bend until one day, which was yesterday at physical therapy. So I got to my 120 on my bend, and I kept going. I was like at 123, then 125, and then my physical therapist was like, "You're at 128." And so I got to 128, set a personal record, and then with the band, I got to 130, and this was my very best. So I basically went from 120, I think I got to maybe like 122, and then to 128 yesterday, and then 130. And it seems like it just happened all of a sudden, but that wasn't the case. The whole time I was just grinding, just doing my exercises, doing exactly what it is that I knew to do, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like I had a huge jump. Well, this reminded me of Galatians 6 and 9, because remember, there's Bible for everything that says, "Let us not become weary in well-doing, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Now, the key here is if we do not give up. You gotta continue to do what it is that you know to do so you'll reap that harvest. I tell my athletes all the time, especially those who are frustrated because they are putting in the work and they know that they're putting in the work and they're not seeing the results. They get discouraged because they question, is this even for me? And a lot of times well, I don't want to say it is for you, but a lot of times you shouldn't question that because it just has not happened yet. But you shouldn't get discouraged. You shouldn't get demotivated. You should continue to do the work, because a lot of times, all of a sudden, boom, you have that moment to where at first you're improving a little bit and you're excited because you see the improvement, but you go through a stagnation period. And then after that stagnation period, it happens, and it happens suddenly. And then you're excited and everything else. But the key to it is that especially in those moments where you're stagnant, you got to keep pushing, and you got to keep pushing harder, because a lot of times the more seeds that you plant, the greater your harvest will be. But the key is you got to stay disciplined, and you got to continue to put in the work to even give yourself a chance. So I want to encourage you, especially going into this new year, to continue to work hard even when you don't see the results, because something's happening even when you don't see it. So that is my words of encouragement to you, especially going into this new year. As always, I hope this helps.